If you have enough money, it is not a big issue to buy a Formula One seat. But the problem here is to stay competitive in the sport, as the difference between real talent and money is clearly visible during a race. Today, we are going to discuss about 10 worst drivers in F1, and the majority of them had competed in the championship as paid drivers. This is clear evidence that money is not enough to survive within the sport, and a real talent is essentially needed to achieve many great things in this sport. But before going deeper into the discussion, remember to subscribe us for more interesting videos like this. 1. Nikita Mazepin. Nikita caught the attention of the whole Formula One community more recently with his Maze spins that he demonstrated throughout the 2021 season. After showing some moderate success in Formula 2, he was able to book his seat within the 2021 Haas drivers lineup. Haas was financially struggling at that moment, and Nikita came with an attractive sponsorship package from his father's Uralkali fertilizer company. He was partnered with Mick Schumacher, who was the 2020 F2 champion, and Mick regularly outperformed his teammate on most of the occasions. Nikita was not talented at least to keep his challenger properly inside track without making collisions or spins. When the season progressed, Nikita and his sponsorship package became a big headache for the American team and decided to dump both, pointing out that the international sanctions on Russia as the reason. 2. Marco Apacella. He joined the worst F1 drivers list as the driver with the shortest F1 career, as his entire F1 career is only 800 meters long. Apacella made his debut in F1 during the 1993 Italian Grand Prix, but made a collision with JJ Leto's Sauber when he reached the first corner. For the next race in Portugal, he was replaced by Emmanuel Naspetti, and Apacella never appeared in F1 again. Even though he continued in racing other motorsport categories, Apacella enjoyed moderate success in those as well. 3. Adrian Campos. Campos is famous in Formula One because of the number of retirements that he experienced within his 21-year-long career. He raced for the Minardi F1 team during the 1987 and 1988 seasons, but he was lucky to have only 16 successful starts due to the mechanical failures of the Minardi Challengers. Even within those 16 starts, he experienced 14 retirements. That means Campos was able to see the checkered flag only on 2 occasions, after spending 2 full seasons in F1. With his continuous failure as a driver, he decided to move into team management. Adrian Campos is the founder of the Meta Campos Racing, which later became HRT Racing. Still, we can see Campos racing teams within junior categories, like F2, F3, and F4. 4. Yuji Ide. This Japanese driver made his first appearance in the premium category of motorsport in 2006 with Super Aguri F1 team, and he became the oldest rookie to join the sport at the age of 32. Ide had no knowledge to communicate in English, and this made life harder for the Japanese driver within the paddock. His Formula One career is only 4 races long, as his super license was revoked by FIA, as they thought the presence of the Japanese driver inside the track is riskier. Still, it is a question why he was offered a contract by Super Aguri, as his performances in junior categories were also not significant. 5. Alex Young. One of the worst pay driver in history, and he was able to book his seat at Minardi for the final 3 races of the 2001 season and for the entire 2002 season. Young was the first Malaysian driver to join the premium category of motorsport, and he came with a lucrative sponsorship package of the Magnum Corporation owned by the Malaysian government. In 2001, he ended the season with 2 retirements and a 1/16th place finish. For the next season, he was partnered with Mark Webber, who easily outperformed his inexperienced teammate. At the end of the season, Alex Young lost his race seat, and Minardi team boss Paul Stoddart threatened legal action for $1.5 million of unpaid sponsorship. 6. Luca Baduer. It is a somewhat strange thing to include a former Formula 3000 champion and a Ferrari test driver into this list, but Luca reserved a spot within the worst drivers list as he owns the record for the most number of Formula 1 races count without scoring points. Luca started his Formula 1 journey with BMS team in 1993, and then he had stints with equally uncompetitive Minardi and 40 teams as well. But parallel to those permanent duties, he worked in the reserve and test driver roles of the Ferrari team for around 10 seasons. When Ferrari drivers were injured, he got the opportunity to drive for the Maranello-based team as well, but he was unable to score a point, at least in any of those occasions. 7. Al Pease. Pease is not a driver that deserves a place in worst driver lists when analyzing his performance in domestic competitions in Canada. He was able to enter the Canadian Motorsport Hall of Fame in 1998 as well. Unfortunately, he was not able to bring that domestic success into Formula 1. Pease became the only F1 driver in history to be disqualified for driving slowly. He was shown the black flag during the 1969 Canadian Grand Prix when he was lapped several times by the race leaders, causing some on-track incidents with rival drivers that put their race in danger. His F1 career was limited only to 3 Grand Prix events. 8. Paul Belmondo. Paul was from a reputed background as the son of French actor Jean-Paul Belmondo and the lover of Princess Stephanie of Monaco. Paul had an interest to involved in motorsport, but he did not possess enough talent to do so. He participated in both Formula 3 and Formula 3000, but never able to finish within the top 10 of the championship. Despite those failures, he joined F1 as a pay driver in 1992 by buying a seat of the March F1 team. He was not competitive and lost the March F1 seat at the end of his rookie season in F1. After a one-year absence, he joined the championship again in 1994 as a pay driver of the Pacific F1 team. At the end of his F1 career, he entered the qualifying sessions of a total of 27 races, but was able to participate only in 7 races due to his poor performances in qualifying. 9. Giovanna Amani. The majority of Formula 1 fans surely don't know about this girl, as she had a brief appearance in F1. She tried hard to enter F1 and made her first appearance in an F1 car testing with Flavio Briatore's Benetton team in 1991. There was a rumor that Amani had a secret affair with the Benetton team principal as well, but her first appearance in a Grand Prix event happened with Brabham F1 team, and her debut event in South Africa was totally a disaster. She spun 6 times during the practice before setting a qualifying time 9 seconds off pole sitter Nigel Mansell. But Amani was unable to qualify for the next 2 events in Mexico and Brazil, and team management decided to sack her with the aim of promoting Damon Hill to their 1992 driver lineup. 10. Chanak Nassani. Every Formula 1 fan has a dream to drive a Formula 1 car, but everyone knows it as a dream that can never be achieved. But Chanak Nassani bought a seat at Minardi to fulfill his dream of driving in a Grand Prix event. He was someone who took up racing as a hobby at an old age like 38, but Nassani had to wait 3 more years to achieve his dream. Nassani spun into a gravel trap during the practice session of the 2005 Hungarian Grand Prix, which was his debut race. Surprisingly, he wasn't able to come out of the cockpit as he forgot how to remove his steering wheel. Then, his car was craned off while he was seating. Nassani was immediately replaced by Enrico Tocasello. That is the end of our video, and you may surely wonder why recent failures like Nicholas Latifi or Nick De Vries are not included in the list. Should they really deserve a place within top 10 of this list? Add your justification in the comment section below. We are open for the discussion. Click the bell icon and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos like this.